Mel, congratulations. 2-0, clean sheet. Clean sheet in particular, is that the most pleasing part of the performance?
So the pleasing part is we won.
Yeah.
If it had been 0-0, I would have been pleased with the clean sheet, but disappointed with another draw. So yeah, it was a good performance. It was a very, very good performance. They're a good team. You know, in the last, since we played them 6 games ago, they've gone on and won 11 points and a good rich vein of form. So it was always going to be a difficult game. I thought we dealt with their style of play and their route to goal very, very well. And then off the back of that, then managed to sort of force our style of play onto them. And in the end, I think we created most of the chances, and certainly most of the good chances. Our goalkeepers had 1 save to make in 90 minutes, so a really good performance.
A word on Tommy Wood, 2 goals in 3 games, running about, doing all of the things that a striker needs to do, really.
Well, I hope they're all running about. I mean, that's part and parcel. But what I would say is Tommy was here when I came in last year. He was here, and I think it's no secret he wasn't really enjoying his football, and it wasn't really working for him. He did very well, sort of did under the environment I create, and it suits him. And he did very, very well for us. Got a really good move to a Step 2 team, fully deserved. I think he'd got 5 goals in that, 6 goals at that point since I'd come in. And he's a player I've always liked. He fits the way I want to play football. He's very difficult to play against. Centre halves do not want to play against Tommy Wood, trust me. You know, he's a difficult person to play against. And I was chuffed to get him back, really pleased to get him back. He's had an injury, he's sort of fallen out of favour a little bit at Enfield, and so he's come back to me. Sometimes players just suit certain environments, and he certainly suits the environment I create and we have here at Cheshunt. So he's come in, he's been excellent in the 2 full games. He wasn't due to play a full game last week, but Naheem was injured, and Naheem's been excellent up until that point as well. He was injured, so Tommy came in against Dulwich, and I thought was magnificent, and again today was very, very good. And then when Naheem came on, Naheem was excellent as well. So, you know, you need good forwards. If you're going to have a good team, you've got to have people who are going to look after the ball, so you can get your flair players, your Connors, your Vasses, your Matty Firminos, those sort of Jesses, those sort of players on the ball higher up the pitch. You've got to have a centre forward who looks after the ball, and Tommy did that fantastically for sort of 75 minutes, and then Naheem came on for 15 and did it equally as well.
5 points above the relegation place. Is it just a step of taking every game as it comes now, 1 by 1?
Well, it depends how you look at the league, isn't it? I don't tend to look at relegation. I just look at our points and our games. We've got, you know, we had a lot of injuries. If we get a lot of injuries again, it'll hurt us. Most of the injuries are back. It was great today to be able to make changes and bring on a Naheem for a Tommy and bring on a Jesse for a Vass and those sort of players. And it made a big difference. Arthur coming on and being able to take players off and not weaken the team. So I think we've got, I don't know how many games we've got left, 17, 18 league games, something like that. We'll just go and try and win every single one. I said to the players at the start, when we played, we lost to Potter's Bar, and I said to them, after that, I said, right, we've got 20 league games left. I want to finish top of the league after 20 games. Not top of the whole season, but those 20 games, can we amass more points than most teams in this league? And that's what we're trying to do. And so that's our 3rd league game of this season. Since January, in January, and we've won 2 and drawn 1. And that draw was away from home with a last minute worldie. So as a team, you know, each game as it comes, you can never tell at this level. Suddenly teams come in and put 7 days in for 3 or 4 of your players, and it can affect you. Suddenly you get a couple of injuries and you can't find replacements, it can affect you. You just don't know at this level. So what we do is we focus on the game we played, and then we've got Averley on Tuesday. That's the most important game of the season. And then when we play Averley, it'll be Cray Valley PM, most important game of the season. So that's how we look at it. So yeah, each game as it comes, and counting the players, who's fit, who isn't.
And finally, obviously Averley next, right up there. Is this the perfect time to play them, going into some good form?
I think when you look at clubs like Averley and these people and the sort of quality of players they've got in their club, they're always going to be difficult to play against. You know, they're a good club. They're flying up there. They'll be coming here fancying their chances. Of course they will. What I would say is we don't play on AstroTurf. It's not a perfect pitch like they play on week in, week out. So consequently, you know, the pitch, we're used to it, they're not. In the same as when we go there, we're not used to AstroTurf and they are. So there's slight benefits both ways. I don't think there's ever a good time to play teams on good form. They're on good form. All I would say is it's the next game, and we'll take it as it comes. And who knows? We've played games so far this season where the manager's just been sacked, new managers come in and they've had a bounce. We've played games where the manager's been sacked after we played them. You just don't know. So look at the fixture list and we'll just take each game as it comes.
Thank you, Mel.
No, cheers, thank you.